What are the two ways that you can earn money through investing as a beginner? Watch until the very end because I'm going to share with you my 3-step action plan for you to really get started as an investor. We are going to talk about that today, coming up next. Now, the main difference between the rich and the poor is what they buy and sell. So for rich people, what they'll buy is that they'll spend their time buying assets. And then what do they sell? They also sell their assets and businesses which have increased in value. Whereas for the poor, what do they buy? They buy liabilities, your car, your handbag, the wrong kind of property. And what do they sell? They sell their time for money. So let's say when you're an employee, you're getting paid $50 per hour, $30 per hour. So if you want to achieve the results that the rich achieve, then we need to do what the rich are doing. So in a way, investing is the act of buying profitable assets. Okay, so typically, investors would invest for 2 types of income. The first type of income is what we call capital gain income. You're buying underpriced assets, and then when this asset class increases in value, you sell it, then you get a profit. In other words, when you're investing for capital gain, what you're doing is buying low, selling high. Another way that you can make an income from investing is through cash flow, meaning that you get a regular income, you get paid. There's money going into your pocket every single month, every single week, every single day. So that doesn't mean that if you have cash flow coming in, you can call yourself a cash flow investor. It has to be positive cash flow. To put it simply, your income from your investment has to exceed the expenses that you put in. This is what I mean by positive cash flow. So the question is, how do you invest in asset classes that gives you a capital gain? One of the ways to do it is invest into paper assets. For example, like stocks. You buy an undervalued stock, and then when your shares increases in price, then you sell it, then you get a profit from that capital gain. The second way to earn money through capital gain is investing into commodities. Buy and hold physical gold and silver, which I do. I have physical commodities in place, which I just buy them, and then I'll keep them, and then when they increase in value, then I'll sell them. Another way to earn money through capital gain is through property investing. So take a property, a rundown property, and then what you do is you fix it, and then you improve, renovate it, then you sell it at a higher price. So of course, with anything, there is a pro and con. So the good thing about capital gains is that as compared to cash flow, you can get rich faster by investing into capital gains. But the downside is, in the event that instead of the market going up, it goes the other way around, in other words, a major market crash, then you lose your entire capital instantly. Another thing is that because you need to buy undervalued assets, you need a little bit more skills, a little bit more research. So it's going to take you a lot of time of research to be able to find undervalued stocks so they can invest into it before it goes up to its intrinsic value. In other words, you need to learn how to perform value investing, which is what I spend a lot of time on, especially in my finance school. I do a 20-page report just for one stock. You use the Bloomberg terminal, do tons of calculation just to see whether the stock is undervalued or not. Imagine you taking 2 to 3 weeks, write a 20-page report just to determine the buy, TP, and stop loss level. So when I learned this, and after that I go to Forex, I'm like, oh my god, Forex is so way easier. So if you want me to do a video on stock investing, which I've learned from my dad and also from my finance school, let me know down in the comment section below. And I'll start a new series on stock investing. From beginner all the way, I'll teach you to intermediate to expert level. how to analyze financial statements. And of course, with investing to capital gain, you also need to keep buying and selling. But this can also be a good thing because once you sell it at a profit, you get your money too. Your wallet gets thicker. So the second way that you can earn money through investing is through cash flow. Because you have money coming in every single month, every single week, every single quarter, every single year, in a way, this is a source of passive income. Personally, I have more than 10 sources of passive income. So the first way that you can invest for cash flow is invest into paper assets, which is bonds. Second way that you can do it is through stocks that pays you dividends. Okay, so instead of investing into stock for capital gain, you are investing into a stock for the dividend payments. Then the next way that you can get cash flow is through property again, but this time rental. Your most important focus is to get good tenants. And then when your tenant pays their rent every single month, then you can use it to pay your mortgage, you can use it to pay for the property. So the good thing about having a cash flow income is that you don't need to worry too much about selling. You don't need to buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. You can wait a little bit longer for you to consider selling it. And of course, you get a regular income coming in, whether you're working or not, don't care whether you're sick, we are tired, you're physically, mentally tired. There's an income coming in every single day, every single week. I have money coming in every single second of every day. Even as I'm talking to you right now, I can guarantee that there's some form of passive income coming in. And of course, you don't need to be as concerned about market crashes as compared to if you are to invest for capital gains. The downside of this is that the money that's coming in is slower. You get rich slower investing for cash flow. So here comes the question, is it better to invest for capital gains or is it better to invest into cash flow? The answer is it depends on you. Who is more suitable to invest in capital gains? It's suitable if you are young and you have time on your side. And also if you have a job and want some additional income from your investment. Whereas for cash flow, if you want a more comfortable retirement, you're approaching that age, you know what I'm saying? Then it's better to invest in cash flow because capital gains is normally more risky as compared to cash flow investing. So in other words, it depends on your financial goals. Do you want to get rich quick or get rich slowly? Personally, I prefer best of both worlds. I do both. Because if this one didn't work out for this month, nothing is coming in from here this month, at least I know that I have something else coming in for this month. So now comes the time for you to get started. Okay, so I'm going to give you this 3-step action plan for you to get started if you have completely no experience in investing, if you're just starting out learning about investing. Now the best investment in this whole entire world is not stocks, forex, property, cryptocurrency, bonds, mutual funds. Of all the successful entrepreneurs, trader, investor friends that I have, they always have one common habit. I've invested more than 40k into mentorships, into my education, into learning. I learn as much as I can, join as many courses, as many classes, as many workshops, seminars as I can. Because I understand that rich people invest first in themselves. So the first thing they need to do is to invest in yourself first. Don't be like those freaking amateurs and be like, just jump into the market on day one. That's why most people get burnt. Don't rush the process. If you don't rush the process, skip this part. Because once you go out there and get burned, don't come back to me and be like, okay, I'm so sorry, you want your investing career, business to sustain the long term, do the freaking work. Right after you invest in yourself, the next thing that you need to do, invest 10 to 20% of your income into that asset class. And here's the thing, the earlier you start, the better it is. Do what the rich people do. Most people, they just earn an income from the job, they spend 10 to 20% on shopping. So once you bought that bag, once you bought that watch, okay, sure, you impress your friends and then they'll be like, wow, you have such a nice watch. Then what? I can tell you something, most of my multi-millionaire friends, they don't even bother buying a new shirt every single month. In fact, they wear the same shirt, same piece of pants over and over and over again until their wife starts to scold them. You got a hole in your pants, you gotta change it. You have this $1,000 right in front of you that you can afford to lose. You can either put into an asset class where the money would work for you, where it will compound, or you can use this $1,000 to buy a $1,000 Versace shirt. The first one is going to generate you more money so that you can buy more shirts to reward yourself. The second one is just there in your closet and then it deteriorates. Would you want to buy 3 shirts in the future or 1 shirt right now? Unfortunately, a lot of people, they just can't wait. So speaking of waiting, right after you've done this, invest into the right asset class, then you need to wait. Wait for what? Wait for money to experience the power of compounding. Once you have your money working for you every single day, then you can consider whether you should withdraw some of that money to reward yourself. Better yet, reinvest that money onto yourself. So that when you're investing, trading skills get better and better, you invest in better asset classes, you pick better stocks. As a result, your money compound more. That's why the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Here's the thing, the rich are not any more special than you. I am not any more special than you. The rich just know what to do and when to do it. That's it. You don't need to go Harvard to know that. So with that, let me know down in the comment section below which step are you at right now. I wish you all the best in your investing journey. I'm Careful and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye.